Congratulations, Knitting for Peace, on 20 years anniversary. I'm Mary Ellen Garrett in Bayfield, Colorado. Happy to share a few thoughts about my 16 years of involvement with this amazing organization. I met Susan McKee, the founder, in Denver and got involved as a volunteer with the Interfaith Peace Pod, later as a staff member handling shipments and deliveries, then as executive director after Kathleen Marsh and before Kelly, and now again as a volunteer with the Heartwood Peace Pod. So through all of that, so much joy, creativity, learning, love, pivoting during the pandemic years, a lot of ways to connect and show support, relieve a little bit of the suffering of this world. I think some of those founding principles that we make items with love and care, we respond to needs, this is a practical, tangible, useful way to support our neighbors locally and across the world. This is needed now more than ever. Delivery stories. There must be hundreds of heartwarming delivery stories. I'll just share a couple. Our friend and neighbor Carrie in Denver originated the pattern for hijab for Peace Pals after making some Peace Pals for her elementary school students, including girls who wear head coverings as part of their faith. And they so appreciated getting Peace Pals with hijab. So Carrie wrote this pattern, we tested it, and the first delivery of Peace Pals with hijab was to Pakistan, taken by Carol Reese of Washington State to families there who were deeply appreciative. They felt respected and that this was an effort of sincere goodwill. Another notable Peace Pal delivery, also by Carol, was to North Sudan. One of my favorite delivery photos of all time is of a girl on back of her camel in the desert, holding up her Peace Pal, helping her dad, and the dad told Carol that this gift was the single most appropriate and thoughtful item that anyone from the US had ever brought to his country. So these little ambassadors of peace and goodwill, their ripple effects spread far and wide. Some thoughts about peace pods. So any group of people in a class, a church, temple, synagogue, mosque, library, community group can form a peace pod. If you look at the guidelines on the website and your group agrees with them, just let the staff know. They will sign you up and away you go. You can continue making any items for yourself, families, and friends as long as you make some of the requested items and give them either locally or send them to Denver. I'm really happy to see the form now on the website and in newsletters that Kelly and Joe have put together to help report the local deliveries. That just makes it easier to count those items. Our Heartwood Peace Pod right now is making baby hats requested by a local family support group. These go into gift baskets that they give to parents of newborns. So that's a very simple yet wonderful way to support those families. Another huge benefit of the pods is the friendship, solidarity, relationships, support of each other. It's very meaningful to just gather together and craft beautiful items. I want to touch on a couple growing edges in the organization, some reflections on past ones, and an idea of a future one. I think it's so important right now for every nonprofit in these times to continue to do thoughtful, honest, anti-racism work. There was a lot of work that was done in my time, and I'm glad to see that that is continuing. One issue that we dealt with was of people who really did not see a problem putting blue eyes on Peace Pals with dark brown faces. So after a process of really looking into that, the board made a really strong statement that kids need to see themselves reflected in the Peace Pals. We are giving these gifts to kids of all races, and that's a really important part of the message that comes with the PAL, that you are seen and respected. So thank you for continuing to honor that work. An idea I have, which possibly is already under consideration, are there ways to involve younger people and more men and boys? This can bring a lot of richness, diversity, and collaboration. In wrapping up, I'll express sincere appreciation for everyone who has ever been on the staff, board, and volunteering with Knitting4Peace, starting with Susan McKee, her husband Hal, and their daughter Kate, who housed the organization in their home for the first number of years. Then for Park Hill Congregational United Church of Christ, who has graciously donated office space for the organization since then. Everyone who has put in your heartfelt efforts, it all adds up. Teamwork and collaboration and creativity are vital to any successful nonprofit. Then in closing, I'll just mention that knitting is very important to my mental health. It's really helpful. My favorite item to make for Knitting4Peace are still the Peace Pals. They each just develop their own unique personality. They're fun to make, and they really go all over the world, so bravo. Here's to 20 more years or more with heartfelt well wishes, appreciation, and thanks.